You've tried positive affirmations, you pushed yourself harder, you looked for validation from others. And no matter what they say, deep inside you still feel that you need to do more, to know more, to work more, to be more. In short, you feel like you're not enough the way you are. Does this sound familiar? That was me for a long time in my life. And that's because we believe that low self esteem is because there's something to fix within us. It's a belief that you've been carrying around for too long, and a belief that was never true to begin with. It's the illusion that you are broken, when in reality, nothing is broken with you, except the belief that you think that there is something broken and needs to be fixed. So instead of trying to fix yourself, the real work is to dismantling this harmful belief by understanding where it comes from, reconnecting with yourself, embracing all that you are, and realizing that you were never broken to begin with. And in this video, I will show you some steps so you can rediscover your true worth that has always been within you. And you can see yourself and the world through a new lens and move through life with a confidence that comes from within, from deep inside, from a deep sense of self trust, self worth, and authenticity. Most people think that low self esteem means that there's something wrong with them. I was there for a long time and I was looking for the fix me button in the self help bookshelf. But guess what? I never found it. The more I was looking for it, the worse I felt. And the more I felt that there is something wrong with me because I reinforced this belief that there is something wrong with me. So it's not about fixing yourself. It's about releasing the belief that you need to fix something within you at the first place. And that means that you're disconnected from yourself. And when you're disconnected from yourself, you constantly seek for validation, yet never feel satisfied, never feel good enough. You struggle to trust your own voice and to trust yourself, and you're overthinking everything. You're always looking to do more, be more, learn more, working so hard on yourself that you think it needs to be fixed. Or even you feel like you're wearing a mask, being afraid that the real you isn't good enough. But here's the thing, you are not broken. You are not broken. Nothing needs to be fixed. The only thing that needs to be fixed is the belief that you think you are broken. And that belief didn't come from nowhere, it came from somewhere. So you need to shift this perspective. You need to put away the lens through which you see the world, which is I'm not good enough, by finding out where it comes from, this belief, by dismantling it. So if deep down you're feeling that you are not enough, have you ever stopped to ask, where did that belief come from? Who is the version of you that felt, I'm not good enough at the first place? Who created this belief? Was it a younger version of you who was compared to others? Was it a child who felt invisible when it just needed love the most? Or was it the teenager that always tried to fit in, but always felt different? Somewhere along the way, you learned to believe, I'm not good as, I'm not smart enough, pretty enough, intelligent enough, successful enough, whatever it is, not enough. I have to prove my worth to be accepted. But here's the truth. Those beliefs were never yours to begin with. You took them on. They were given to you by experiences, by interpretations of experiences, by society, by people who had their own struggles, and you just took them on. And here's also where the compassion comes in, because you didn't took them on voluntarily. Because as a child, you were not aware. You do not have the awareness, hence you do not have the choice. Is this true or not? Do I want to take on the belief or not? No, this is subconscious. So you didn't do anything wrong, just to not open this door also. The real remedy is not pushing harder, is not doing more, learning more, working more, whatever it is, whatever your coping mechanism is. It's not trying to fix yourself. It's about reconnecting with who you were before you've ever believed you weren't enough. Because you were not born into this world with the belief, I'm not enough. Every newborn baby knows that it is enough. So you have to reconnect. And that's where real self-esteem comes from. To really understand, to really reconnect to that version of you that knows I'm enough. Okay, and before we dive deeper into the steps of rebuilding self-connection and self-esteem, there is something important you need to understand. Confidence and self-esteem is not the same thing. Because look at this, you can be confident in a task. Maybe you are good in your job, or you have practiced a skill over and over again. So you're confident in doing this particular task. And maybe you try to do it so perfectly that now you are so confident, but being confident in that and being so perfect in doing that is already a coping mechanism for the deep-seated belief, I'm not good enough. So self-esteem runs deeper. It's about how you truly see yourself at your core. It's the sense of worth and value you believe you have without doing anything. And at its foundation, it's deeply connected, of course, to self love. That's why some people seem super confident on the outside, but still feel empty or insecure inside. So they've built external confidence, but they don't truly feel worthy at their core. And that's confidence, but no self esteem. So, in this video, we are not talking about building confidence in what you do, which again can just be another coping mechanism for having a low self esteem. We are talking about transforming how you see yourself and reconnecting with who you truly are. And who you truly are is someone worthy and already complete. So the real work is learning to see yourself without this old lens of I'm not good enough. So here are three powerful ways to reconnect with yourself, which helped me so much. That's why I want to share them with you. And number one is first, get curious about your not enough voice. So instead of trying to silence it, which doesn't work at all, I've tried it so long and I can guarantee you it just gets louder. Instead of that, get curious. Whose voice is it actually? Is it your voice? Is it your parents' voice? Is it a teacher's voice? Does it come from an old memory? A parent's expectation? A past failure that doesn't define you, but you think it does? So next time you hear or feel, I'm not enough, pause for a moment. And now instead of pushing this wounded part away from you, really sit with it, embrace it, and try to understand it with compassion. Here you don't need more discipline, you need compassion. You don't need to push harder, you need to slow down and to sit with yourself and give yourself the love that we're lacking at the first place, why you built this belief of I'm not enough. So when you sit with this part within you that feels not enough, ask or observe, what does this part need from you to feel loved? Hold space for it with compassion rather than judgment. And then ask this old, wounded version of you, what do you need from me to feel loved, connected, important, enough? And then offer that to this version, because healing happens through love and not rejection. Number 2, replace judgment with self compassion. Like I said so many times already, you do not need to fix yourself. There's nothing to fix, but instead you need to befriend yourself. You need to integrate all the parts of you. And there's a little exercise which helped me and now so many people I work with. You can either visualize or even take a picture, photo of a younger version of yourself, and then look at the child. How would you comfort this child, this little girl or this little boy? And say it to them. And by saying it to that version, you're also saying it to yourself. So, why does that work? Because self esteem isn't built through criticism, it gets destroyed by it, but it's built through love. Okay, number 3, start like you matter, because you do. So, self esteem and self worth aren't just mindsets, they are built through consistent action. You need to practice to be someone who has a really big self esteem, who feels and knows that they are worthy. And because it's built through consistent action, that's why only saying I'm enough, no matter how often you repeat it, this alone won't work. This is also very helpful, but additionally, you need to take action. How? Well, think of that. Every time you follow through on what you tell yourself you will do, you build trust in yourself and therefore your self esteem and self love. And every time you don't, that trust weakens a little bit. So you can think of it like a stairway of self trust and self esteem. Every time you do what you said you would, you take one step up. You build a little bit your self esteem. And every time you break your promise to yourself, you take one step down. And that's why it's so powerful to start small. So don't overpromise. Choose something realistic and doable, and then follow through with everything. Like, really have this always in your mind, like this staircase. Do you want to go a step up or down? It's your choice. Practice it. Start to remember this staircase with every decision, with every step you take. Choose you. You are worth it. And here are some simple additional ways to choose you and to go up the stairway. So, first of all, say no to something that doesn't feel right. Because when you go against what you know isn't right for you, you're also taking one step down on the stairway to self trust. Then also rest when your body needs it. So learn and practice to listen to your body. And replace, when you rest, replace guilt with self love and compassion. Practice setting boundaries that honor you. And start right now, right in this very moment, by setting one small boundary that says yes to you. Believe me, every time you choose yourself, You're not just building habits, you're reprogramming your brain in a really deep level to believe I'm enough. So here's what I want you to take away. Low self esteem isn't a personality trait, it's a belief that you learned. And the good news, you can unlearn it. So there's nothing you need to fix except the belief. You need to fix something. And that's why, in my personal story, also, doing so much self development work can actually really reinforce the belief that there is something wrong with you, because you do it with the belief you need to fix yourself. So instead of taking the next course or reading the next 10 books about how you can fix yourself, pause, stop, and work on the belief itself. And then you can still do self development work. I mean, I love it, I do it, but now I don't do it anymore from this belief that I need to fix something. I just do it because I love to grow. But I know where I am right now is already good. I'm already full, complete. And of course, I need to remind myself over and over again that I do these steps again myself. But you need to really understand that there is nothing broken with you. So today, I invite you to start and do just one of these steps. Start doing what you say and taking one step up in this staircase to self esteem. And I'm very curious, like always. So drop a comment below and tell me, what is one small way you will reconnect with yourself today? And if this video resonated with you, please like it and subscribe for more content to help you step into your full potential and into a life that really feels like you. And maybe you know someone who might benefit from this video, then share it today. I can't wait to see you in my next video. You've got this. See you next time.